I'm going to demonstrate how you consider the effect of a current asset and current liabilities as to how it affects our cash flows. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the current assets. When I consider the current assets, I usually like to look at accounts receivable. Okay, accounts receivable. So accounts receivable, if accounts receivable is decreasing, what effect would that have on my cash? I would see my cash going up, right? Sure. So I could consider that as being a decrease in a current asset, and it's going to increase my cash. That holds true with all current assets. Even if it's prepaid insurance, if I follow prepaid insurance, if that is going to decrease, then that would have a positive effect or an increase in cash. If I have inventory, might even be a better example. Inventory, if I'm decreasing my inventory, what's happening in my cash? That means I just sold some inventory, so it's going to increase my cash. So it doesn't matter, any current asset that is decreasing will have a positive or increasing effect on cash. Conversely, if I buy more inventory, let's say I increase my inventory, how is that going to affect my cash? It'll have to decrease my cash because I had to write a check for it. Well, we can look at that the same thing. If I'm increasing my prepaid insurance, I had to write a check to the insurance company, so that's going to have a decreasing effect on cash. Accounts receivable, same thing. As accounts receivable is going up, I'm going to have sales and so on, but I'm not collecting any cash, and so it has a decreasing effect. Let's continue on this look, and we're going to look at current liabilities. For current liabilities, excuse me, let's take a look at, let's say, taxes payable. Taxes payable. Well, as I have more taxes due, or if I have taxes due, and I pay those, I'm going to be decreasing my taxes payable. And what's that going to do to my cash? It's also going to decrease my cash because I had to write a check to do that. If I'm increasing my taxes payable, then that's going to effectively be borrowing money, and I'll increase my cash. If we look at, say, accounts payable, if I'm decreasing my accounts payable, to do that I have to write a check, and so that decreases my cash. Well, if I increase my accounts payable, effectively I'm going to be borrowing money, and so it's going to increase my cash. So we can now summarize this to say all current liabilities react the same, and I use taxes payable, say. As accounts payable or taxes payable decrease, it means I'm going to decrease my cash, so I paid it. If I increase my accounts payable, I'm going to increase my cash. All of my current liabilities will react the same way or have the same effect on cash. Going back to the current assets, looking at inventory, probably the best example. If inventory is decreasing, I'm collecting cash. If inventory is increasing, I'm writing checks, and so it's decreasing my cash. So keep this in mind as you approach your questions in the operating section.